Alright, how's it going, guys? It's been a while, so I'm gonna just be doing a quick trade recap for you guys. Alright, so took 3 shorts in total today, 2 during pre-market and 1 during market open. So I was always targeting mainly all this sell side right here. Alright, we have like minor sell side below here. I'm gonna just mark this one out because that's what I was targeting during pre-market. And mainly this one right here, but if you zoom out here, you can see this is way too clean to be left behind like that. I was explaining this to someone in my Discord earlier, and so as you can see, well, price is just like dumping, taking all this stuff out. All right, in my opinion, we're gonna come. Let's see here. So we actually have relative equal lows down here. That could be a target, okay? So I'm just talking longer term for today. Obviously, I'm still really bullish on the higher time frames. There's nothing for us to think that, well, you know, price is just going to dump and we're going to go into recession. All right, we've been doing all-time highs for the past couple of days now, so we're pretty bullish on the higher time frames. But that being said, I'm just going to, we'll show you my trade. So you can see I just passed my top step combine 50K. So I want to show you guys my executions if this wants to load. Come on. I'm going to refresh this real quick. All right, whatever. Just to show you guys just my kind of like thought process here. So higher time frames, I marked out several levels. So first we had, well, buy side all the way up here. That was all-time highs. But mainly this consequent encroachment of this premium wick right here. Okay, so that was something I was looking for, a level that I was expecting to get hit at some point, especially when I saw price not wanting to dump during pre-market. All right, I was expecting price then to come all the way up here, taking all this out. You can see that, well, not to the tick, but if you look at the bodies still respect this 50% consequent encroachment of that premium wick on the daily. Okay, so with that being said, if this refreshed, there you go. Took several trades. All right, first one right here. Okay, so we had this 15-minute SIBI right here. All right, there you go. We hit the top right here. Not exactly, I think, but, or did we? Nope, not exactly, but saw this gap getting filled all the way to the top pretty much, not to the wick again. But from there, I saw this dump here. All right, saw all this sell side down here. My eyes were on this low right here, but obviously we got all this minor sell side liquidity. This is minor sell side liquidity as well. And yeah, those were like very clean targets, easy targets in my opinion. You got low hanging fruits all everywhere here for a quick trade if you wanted. Reason why I got stopped out here, so I'm just gonna show you guys my entry here. This was pretty much a trade. I was targeting like mainly 1 to 2s because all I need is like a 2 RR trade or similar percent to pass my account. But you know, so I had like a wire stop loss, right? I played kind of safe because I was very confident about my drawn liquidity. And yeah, that was my entry off this fair value gap here. So when you have fair value gap coupled to a volume imbalance like this, you want to take both. That's your imbalance here. You see price respecting this. I really didn't like the way, because this was at 8, right? So 8, you usually see a big displacement at the 8 a.m. It's not a macro, but it's just a time we're expecting price to move a lot. However, we did have unemployment claims at 8:30, right? So I was in this trade, all right? I thought that, well, unemployment claims would be, I was honestly expecting it to be more impactful in the way that I want to see a big candle to the downside, taking out all this sell side, like I was saying. I thought it could have been an event for, or a reason for price to dump, right? So I took the risk to trade before unemployment claims. However, when I saw price just like shopping and staying in this imbalance, I thought that, well, price could have very well come back here, take this buy side here, and then dump, right? So as you can see, that didn't happen like that. That's 8:30 here. That's the news release. Didn't do much. Came back in this imbalance here. And well, again, I want you guys to look at the bodies here. We stayed below constant encroachment of that fair value gap, right? That SIBI. And that's just a strong indication that price is going to dump. So I got stopped at break even pretty much, as you can see here. Just because I really didn't like this choppiness here, this high resistance liquidity. All right, so after that, once employment claims released, I saw price come back, like I said, in this fair value gap, taking out this high and all that stuff. Fair value gap here, I like this inverted fair value gap right here, and entered off this SIBI here, all right? So I'm just gonna show you guys right here my trade. And I had my stop loss, I believe, like 1 tick or so above the constant encroachment here, because I was open to see price coming all the way up here, tap the low of that, the lower half of that imbalance, and then dump, right? So that was my thought process behind this trade. Again, targeting like a 1 to 2 or so. Price dump for a bit, took out this buyer sell side, like I was saying earlier, low hanging fruit. Could have very well taken a partial here if this was like an actual account, real money was involved. That's probably something I would have considered with a higher stop loss. Taking just a little partial here and then full profits here, or like I was expecting this low here, which was my real main target at the end of the day. Could have, taken a partial here and another one here for my full TP essentially. All right, so after that, again, same shoppiness here. I was monitoring all these imbalances in here. So again, wait, actually not this one, oops. Because you do have a lot of imbalances here. So this volume imbalance here, for example, if I stretch that out, you can see price coming here to the wick, filling it up, and then big reaction to the downside. At that point, I had my stop loss at break even because, again, I had a pretty wide stop loss. Again, I'm just trying to pass my account. But that's a big ass stop loss for me, honestly, the way I trade at least. And I'll get rid of this. And again, you can see the way price reacts off this 15-minute SIBI here. So mainly constant encroachment right here. Look at body, all right, to the top of the body. So price essentially respects that imbalance, at least the lower half, right? So I'm getting rid of that. And yeah, from there we'll allow shoppiness. All right, price just wanted to take out all the buy side liquidity here before dumping. And again, this is the move we're expecting here. So I'm gonna get rid of this, get rid of this. And from there, that's what I was saying earlier, constant encroachment, that premium wick on the daily time frame. Go check on your own charts. Make sure you have the NASDAQ futures for September contract. And yeah, market open, big wick to the upside, boom. As soon as I saw this big dump, I was like, all right, well, we're definitely gonna go lower here. I didn't want to like execute right away because obviously I waited for market to open at that point. And well, we see our first presented fair value gap right here of the day, at least for New York session. And I want to treat these as breakaway gaps, mainly this one. I wasn't expecting price to come back to touch it in any ways because price just dumped. Next candle was pretty big, pretty important. And yeah, just used this gap here as a breakaway gap. I had my stop loss, so my entry was right here. As you can see, I got pretty much the top of this wick here, and I'm gonna tell you guys in a second what I entered off of, even though I think you guys can kind of guess. But my stop loss was pretty much like, wait, let's see which candle, this one. I think I got like, yeah, pretty much the top of this shit, honestly. And my stop loss was like above constant encroachment of this gap. So again, this, and you gotta take this volume imbalance. That's your imbalance here. So something like this, yeah. And then this is what I was going for. So I had like a, I don't know, we'll say mean threshold of this breakaway gap was my entry, something like that, So yeah, I just entered off this breakaway gap, so I'm taking this candle because it's the lowest one. You gotta count the wick here, and you take the body here. Stretch that out. Notice the way price reacted in that gap. I was willing to see price come tap this volume imbalance here, but it should have, and it did, stay in the lower half of this breakaway gap because price never came to fill it. That's what I was expecting. I'm very happy with the way this played out. Again, a little bit, saw price stay in this breakaway gap for a little minute, or a little more than that, but you know, it ended up playing very well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything I want to talk about. This red line here is simply the what do you call it? Really opening range gap. Yeah, that's what it is. There's like so many stuff, bro. So that's what it is right here. So the yesterday's price settlement 4:14 p.m. and well, today's open 9:30 obviously. That's not necessarily something I use for my trades, but there you go, guys. That's pretty much it. And well, it's price now reacting off new weekly opening gap from this week. And yeah, hope that helped. Again, if you guys want your questions answered, you guys can join my Discord. It's free. Okay, and I'll link that in the bio. All right. Peace.